So what I want to share with you right now are some abortion techniques, and just a little viewer discretion. This can be a little bit graphic. I mean, actually a lot bit graphic. The techniques that they use for abortion are terrible. They're absolutely terrible. And honestly, when I was learning about them, I got upset because it's just so sad what happens to these poor defenseless fetuses. But I feel that it is important to share with you because we all need to understand what really goes on about abortion. We all need to understand the truth. A fetus that is 1 to 3 months old that is going to be aborted goes through something called suction aspiration. This is when the cervix stretches open, a tube with a knife on the end is inserted, and the baby is cut to shreds. It is then sucked into the tube. At 4 to 6 months, dilation and evacuation is the technique that is used. This is where the cervix is dilated more widely because obviously the fetus is larger. Forceps are inserted and the baby's body is cut into small pieces. It is then flushed out of the woman's body. Again, terrible. Absolutely 100% terrible. It is murder. 7 to 9 months, this one is by far one of the worst. Something can be done called salt poisoning. This is where a large needle is inserted into the baby and a concentrated salt solution is injected. As the poison takes effect, the baby struggles to breathe and convulses. The chemicals burn the baby's outer skin, the veins rupture, and the organs hemorrhage. The baby suffers for over an hour, and a day later, the mother delivers a dead baby. Now, this honestly, it sounds like something that the Nazis would have used wait a minute. It is one of the techniques that the Nazis used in the concentration camps. They actually did use this same method of salt poisoning that we currently use to abort defenseless fetuses. It's not right. There was another method that I read about. I don't remember it specifically, but basically the baby is pulled from the legs and everything comes out of the mother except for the head, which still remains detached inside of the woman. And a tube is inserted literally into the back of the child's head. The brains are sucked out through the tube, which basically flattens the head, and then the head is pulled out of the mother. Yeah, I know. It's disturbing. I know it is. But this is the truth about abortion. It doesn't sound right because it is not right. So, what about these fetuses? I told you why they are another human life. Do they have the right to choose? No, they don't, which is a shame. Then we have some people that say reproductive freedom is a basic right. Many who are pro-choice argue that women should have control over her own body. So, the 750,000 females aborted every year should also have the same right to control their own bodies as well, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Why? I have absolutely no idea. I'll read that number again. 750,000 females are aborted every year. So if you're arguing that women should have control over her own body, why don't these females that are getting aborted have control over their own body? They are humans too. They are separate human beings, and they have the right to life. There's also the argument out there that things that are legal, like abortion, are okay. My response to this is, yeah, it's legal, but that does not necessarily make it morally right. Just because something's legal doesn't make it right in the end. Laws may change, but truth and justice do not. Then there's a popular one where they say, many will die from back alley abortions. Okay, well, 2 points here. First of all, there's no link between abortion's legality and back alley abortions. Abortion was made illegal in all 50 states of the United States in 1973, I believe. And in 1972, there was the same number of back alley abortions performed as there were in 1973 rather. It did not change one bit. Therefore, what can we conclude? That abortion does not affect the number of back alley abortions that go on. There is no link there. So, saying that banning abortion would increase back alley abortions is a myth. And besides that, even if back alley abortions did occur, it all comes down to personal responsibility again. It's unfortunate that these women choose back alley abortions. It can be dangerous. But it's personal responsibility. They made the decision to do that, so they have to deal with the consequences, whatever they may be. And I know that sounds like a cruel way to look at it, but that's what it comes down to. Personal responsibility. At least in terms of back alley abortions. So some final thoughts on abortion. Fetuses are human life. There is absolutely no debate over that. And if you are going to debate it and say, well, I don't know, life may not begin at conception. How do we know that for sure? Well, if you had a guy that you didn't know was dead or not, would you bury him anyway? No, you wouldn't. So that argument cannot be used. In conclusion, everyone, no matter your size, no matter if you are born or unborn, deserves the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Fetuses are babies too, are humans too, and they deserve to be protected at all costs. And I'll say I believe that abortion needs to be made illegal because it is in fact murder. We'll be right back.